good morning, good evening, whatever time it is out there. I'm hoping that you're having an awesome day. Please like this video, subscribe, share, comment. A special thank you to those of you who take extra time in answering other people's questions. You guys know who you are. There's about 3 or 4 of you guys who have a lot of knowledge, a lot more knowledge than I have. And you guys take time to respond to other subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your time. If you're a subscriber or you're watching my videos and you see other people that are helpful to others, not criticizing others, but who lend helpful information, click on their YouTube icon and see what type of YouTube channel they have. Maybe see what type of services they offer as well. In today's video, we are going to be talking about contracts, but in particular, we're going to talk about whether or not it's a good idea to subscribe to a website that claims to have a database of contracts. And technically, this database of contracts, the more proper term would be requests for proposals. So there's websites out there that claim to have a database of requests for proposals, in particular for private security companies. We'll also be talking about services that some of you think that I offer, and I'm going to clear the air on that as well. I'm going to be talking about a little bit about my 40-hour online private patrol operator leadership and development course. So without further ado, let's get started. A lot of you reach out to me and ask me, hey, Sean, can you write a contract for me? You guys, every month I get a handful of people that want me to write contracts. They want me to review proposals. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a licensed attorney. Nothing that provides this video is legal professional advice. But I'm also going to be honest with you in this regard is that I love reading and I love writing contracts. It just something that I love to do. I love reading so much at my work. My coworkers know me as somebody who's analytical, somebody who reads a lot. I read one of our bargaining unit contracts, which had some faulty words in it and some terms and conditions that were not favorable to us, yet we signed away anyways. Anyhow, the end result, because I love to read, we have some of our members that are getting $1,500 of back pay, and some that are getting $5,000. Most people will get about $7,000 of back pay. We have some that will be getting $12,000 and $11,000 checks of back pay because I love to read. I love it. So in doing so, a lot of people reach out to me, hey, Sean, can you write me a contract? Can you give me a sample of a template? Guys, I don't, at the moment, I don't provide this type of service. I don't have my LLC set up. I should be set up more or less at the end of next year, and I will probably end up doing this. The thing is, I need the legal infrastructure to begin offering this type of services. And I don't have that. It'd be reckless of me to offer that service. Which brings to mind something else. In my 40-hour online private patrol operator leadership and development course, I talk about proposals. I talk about how to draft a contract. And I even have a sample contract in there. It's a one page. It's short and simple. It's to the point. We go into deep detail on requests for proposals, how to create a legally binding document as well. A lot of that literature, a lot of that information it came from my book called The Private Patrol Operator Managing a Private Security Company in California. That book is available on Amazon, by the way. That book will help you pass the Private Patrol Operator Qualified Manager exam in California, and that course will also help you pass the Qualified Manager exam for Private Patrol Operator in California as well. In that course, excuse me, I'm coming down with a cold. In that course, I give you guys 27 and a half hours of work in the form of forms. So, and some of these forms are sample contracts or one sample contract. As a new business owner, there are so many forms that need to be created, especially personnel forms that have to be created. that you don't even think about when you're forming a business. And when you're forming a business, you should be concentrated on marketing, sales, other things, not creating a form. So I told them the total amount of hours that it took me to create all these forms and do the research, and we came out to about 27 and a half. I just got done consulting with a human resource consultant for a private, not private operator, a private security officer job application that's about 3 to 4 pages in length. And just designing an application, I mean, you can go on Google and find an application for Taco Bell if you want, but this application is as compliant with the federal codes and and California codes as much as possible. This out of my pocket, I paid $350 for consulting fees and for somebody to create this application. Those of you who are already enrolled in the course, give me about 2 weeks, and that application, that job application template will be available. But guys, this is what I'm offering is templates, forms. This comes with the course. You can spend 27 and a half hours, the same amount of time as me, creating these forms, or you could spend time on marketing and building your business. So I encourage you to enroll in my course. I talk about contracts, bids, proposals for about three and a half hours. Excuse me. Leave a link in the description box below. Third topic of today that I need to touch on is it a good idea to subscribe to these websites that offer a list of companies that need bids from you as a private security company? When you're starting off in security, the answer is absolutely not. Guys, I made a lot of mistakes. I signed up for a lot of these programs, these websites, and this is why if you're a new security company owner, you should not enroll in any of these websites. Sometimes they're fraud, sometimes they're scam, but there are some legitimate ones. I think it's governmentbids.com. I'm not too sure on that, but look, this is the problem. Most of these bids are gathered from the government sector, federal and state. What does that mean? If you have taken my 40-hour online leadership and development course, you've learned that most of these contracts that are needed by the government, you need to have a minimum of 3 to 5 years, most of the time, 3 to 5 years of private security contracting experience with the government. Okay? When you're starting off with security, you don't have that experience. So how do you get that experience? Well, I'm not going to go into deep detail on that, you guys. I got so many people complaining on other videos that I talk too much. I need to get to the point. In my 40-hour course, I talk more about that, how to start from scratch. But don't waste your time on these websites. It's government based, and most of the time you are not going to qualify. Even those of you who are private investigators, you are not going to qualify because most of the time you don't. Now for private investigation services, most of the time you need between 2 and 5 years of experience having direct contracts with the government. Okay, that does not involve you as a private investigator in your previous career working as a background investigator for a law enforcement agency or a fire department. That doesn't count. You need to have the direct contracting experience. And most of these requests for proposals, you need government contracting experience, or you need experience managing contracts with 20 or more guards. I mean, it's so restrictive. I just don't think it's worth paying $50 a month, $200 a month. At $50 a month, you're spending $650 a year on a website that's not even giving you any work because you don't qualify most of the time. So why not spend that money and pay for marketing materials, business cards, websites, or something, or some type of maybe media advertisement, something. But don't waste your time on these websites. I made a lot of mistakes. Please do not learn from mine. My mistakes is paying websites to help me out, to provide resource. And you guys, all in all, with the right keywords on Google, you can find the cities, counties, and agencies that are offering these types of proposals, requests for proposals. You just have to type in the right words, the keywords, and do the right search. By the way, that's discussed in my 40-hour course. Again, I don't want people complaining that I'm talking too much in my videos, attend that course. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Most of the time on these websites, you're not going to find corporate requests for proposals. You guys, these proposals are usually done in person. These companies normally reach out to you, or you reach out to them. But there's no website that's going to list a whole lot of them. It's mostly government accounts. So hopefully you guys, this video helped you a little bit. Hopefully you didn't go out and waste $50 a month or even $200 a month for the more prestigious accounts for this subscription-based service. Let me know what you guys think. I know that Mike Alvarez made some comments in other videos. Mike Alvarez, his channel is the most undervalued YouTube channel out there. Make sure you guys subscribe to him and listen. When he talks, you guys listen. Okay? His suggestion is that there's scams. That a lot of, well, I believe he said there's scams. I have to disagree. Partially because I don't believe that they're all scams or most of them are scams. There's a significant number of scams, but there are some that are legitimate. And I believe Government Bids is a legitimate website. Don't quote me on that. Don't sue me. Don't sue me if I'm wrong. But hey, why would I pay $50 to $200 a month? It makes sense if these are bids that I'm eligible to make, but I'm not. Or most of the time, you're not going to be eligible. You guys all take care, be safe, and I'm looking forward to the dialogue.